What's up, good people? It's your boy Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, coming to you this week. Y'all thought I forgot about you. No, it's Monday, y'all. So this week, our focus is the 3 C's of branding. The 3 C's of branding. I'm going to be discussing 3 days this week about commitment, consistent, and connected. Are you committed to your brand? Are you consistent with your brand? And then are you connected your brand with your brand? Are you connecting your brand? So we're going to go commitment, consistent, and connected. Those are the three aspects, the 3 C's of branding your business. So we're going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about being committed. How committed are you to your brand? Y'all know when we're in the lab, it's about bringing you something. It's about cooking up something to make you better, to equipping you with those tools that you need in order to be able to make your brand better. So today we're going to talk about commitment, and we're going to talk about it from three aspects. What are you What are you committed to? Who are you committed to? And then how are you committed to your brand? Those are the three aspects that we're going to be talking about today from a commitment perspective. So let's first talk about what are you committed to when it comes to your brand. What are you committed to when it comes to your brand? As you can see, I'm wearing my boy Lamar Jackson's jersey, and this young man has become the epitome of what I'm going to be talking about these next 3 days. His commitment to being excellent, his consistent work ethic, and then his connectedness that he wants to have with his team. And that's what you need to do with your brand. In saying that, what are you connected? What are you committed to? I'm sorry. What are you committed to when it comes to your brand? How committed are you to your brand? Are you committed to doing those things that will give your brand the exposure that it needs? Are you committed to your brand to be able to give it the connections that it needs? When we'll talk about that, and then are you committed to your brand? How committed are you, or what are you committed to doing when it comes to your brand? Are you willing to do those things that everyone else in your industry or just in business as entrepreneurs aren't willing to do? Are you willing to go above and beyond what it takes in order to be able to get your brand where you want it to be? Think about 2021 and where your brand is right now. We're 6 months in, which means we're halfway through this year. So you want to think about where your brand is for 2021, halfway through. Are you where you're supposed to be, or are you where you want to be when it comes to your brand this year? And then you want to look at where you want to be by the end of 2021 and your brand. Where do you want your brand to be by the end of 2021? And how do you get there? That's how you show what you are committed to when it comes to your brand. You sit down and you think about those things, and you write those assignments down, as I call them. And they're not goals, they are assignments. What assignments do you need to complete in order to be able to get you where you want to be by the end of 2020? So that's the what. So now we're going to talk about the how, or the who. I'm sorry. Who are you committed to? Who are you committed to when it comes to your brand? Who are you committed to meet? Who are you committed to build a relationship with? Who are you committed to be able to build your brand with? Because building your brand, having a brand is about it's about partnerships. It's about collaborations. It's about using technology, and it's about a what I call your calendar of events. Whose events are you at? Or whose events are you a part of, so that you can actually be connected to in order to be able to grow your brand? So you have to think about those things. Who are you connected to, or who do you need to be connected to in order to be able to develop relationships with, in order to be able to develop partnerships with, to grow your business? And then who do you need to be able to to be able to be with, in order to be able to, whose events do you need to be at in order to be able to whose events do you need to be a part of in order to be able to grow your brand. So that's the what and the who. Now we're going to talk about the how. How do you go about growing your brand? How do you go about, how are you committed? How committed are you to be able to grow your brand, to be able to put your brand in a position to be able to be where it is that you want to be over the next 6 months? I'm going to say that again. How committed are you to building your brand, putting your brand in the position where you can grow and be where it is that you want to be by the end of 2021? That's your assignment, is to think about your commitment tonight. How committed are you? What are you committed to? Who are you committed to? And then how are you committed to your brand? Those are the three things that you want to think about today. How am I, what am I committed to with your brand? Who am I committed to with my brand? And then how am I committed with my brand? When you think about those three aspects of commitment, and when it comes to your brand, that's when you're able to think about and develop those assignments that you need in order to be able to be where it is that you want to be by the end of 2021. Because my goal as the impact builder is to assist you in being able to be better, as I always say, be better by the end of 21 than you were at the beginning of 2021. And it begins by using these 3 C's of branding in order to be able to get you to where it is that you want to be. So you want to think about those 3 aspects, and you want to think about your brand, how you're building your brand, how you're building your business, how you're building your network, the relationships that you want to develop over the next 6 months, and what you're going to do in order to be able to do that. So write down your assignments and think about that. Think about the what, the who, and the how of your commitment to your business. You want to think about that, because that's going to get you to where it is that you want to be by the end of 2021. And once you're able to do that, once you're able to see it, and you actually have written it down, then you can begin to write out a plan to be able to achieve those goals, and then you can actually implement what it is that you know you need to do over the next 6 months, which will get you to where it is that you want to be with your brand, because it's all about growth. It's all about growing your brand. It's about growing you. It's about growing your business in 2021. I know that the country is opening up, so there are a lot more options that we have now, in addition to the virtual world, and the virtual speaking, the virtual business that we do. And hopefully you're able to use that particular platform in addition to getting out now a little bit more to some in-person events. That's totally up to you, whether or not you feel comfortable enough to be able to go to in-person events, because people are starting to throw up these events left and right. So you got to use discretion when it comes to that and attending these events. So you want to make sure that you're strategic about the events that you attend in person, because a lot of businesses are still doing virtual events and everything like that, because that's the safest thing going right now. So just think about that. Think about the what, the who, and the how of commitment when it comes to your brand, and it comes to the 3 C's. And we'll talk about being consistent on Wednesday. We'll talk about being consistent when it comes to your brand, and how you become consistent, and what you need to be consistent at when it comes to your brand. So that's what I got for y'all today. It's the 3 C's of branding. It's your boy, Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Y'all know what it is. It's 2021. We are leaving the familiar to elevate our influence. And you can't elevate your influence if you continue to be in the same position that you were in at the beginning of 2021, that you are, or at the end of 2021, that you were at the beginning of 2021. So we want to make sure that you're not in that same position. So we'll talk to y'all on Wednesday. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.